Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is JoyToy time. It is Mecha time. It is 1/25 scale Steel Bone 09 Fighting Mecha. Looks really quite cool on the box. And what I like about the box, particularly this, is on the front it shows an actual contents pose, not a piece of artwork. I like the artwork, but I like to see what the toy actually looks like from outside the box. Get an idea of what's happening on the inside. And here we see again, great pose, holding up that huge sort of battle axe gun thing maybe. And we see the back as well. Movable joints, fully hand painted. Back we can see the small figure fits inside the cockpit. It'll be interesting to see if a 1/18 scale fits inside this. The last 2 or 3 you've been able to fit 1/18 scale figures inside. Does look good. Steel Bone 09 Fighting Mecha. Well, they're all Fighting Mechas surely, apart from the Masons ones. Silver Guardian, whether that's the Mecha's name or the character's name inside, I have no idea. Also, we can see there's a Gatling gun of sorts that goes over the shoulder. Looks really cool. If you like this sort of content and the things within my channel, please consider subscribing to the Patreon page. There's a link in the video description and the top right corner. You can see the videos first. There's lots of exclusive content and news, etc. And you also get entries into the awesome Action Toy raffles. Okay, let me unbox this and let's see what it's like. Okay, here it is. It's set up. The instructions aren't 100% clear, as we've seen a few times at JoyToy, but clear enough. Wasn't too difficult. Most things were assembled already. And I've got to say, it does look pretty kick-ass. Very badass, in fact. So if you like your mechs very badass looking, this is definitely one to consider. But it does have its faults from the short time I've spent putting together and posing it with this huge double-bladed axe thing already. So let's start by taking a look at the figure. 1/25 scale figure. Nice looking. The helmet does come on and off. As you can see, his chin sort of sticks out from the bottom there a little bit. But it does work well. I think it's a decent looking figure. It comes with 3 guns. His sidearm I've put in his holster there. He comes with this one here as well. And lastly, this bigger one, sort of sci-fi looking one here. Now, the issue they have is their hands aren't great for gripping, generally speaking. Having said that, he does come with alternate hands, which are better at gripping because they are more closed. So he has both left and right hands like that, and it also comes a little first aid box. He does look pretty good. I like the sort of silver and gold armor does pop. Articulation, I'll take his helmet off for that. Get a look at his face as well. So he looks left and right. The scarf gets in the way, up and down, side to side. Shoulders all the way. Lateral raise, the armor gets in the way, so just under flat on that. Bicep is around 90 degrees. Very good articulation on the wrist of this joint, but you've got to line it up to get the alignment you want to bend in different directions. There is waist turn. There does appear to be a trunk, but the armor is restricting that. But we're kind of used to that now. Hips, the armor and holster will get in the way, but not too bad on the outwards. Forwards, again, it's impeding a little bit. Backwards is okay, not great. Does he have... He can pivot from his bicep joint, but there's no specific bicep turn. There's a thigh turn. There's a double kneecap. Look how tight that is. There's no boot turn that I can see. He does swivel inwards and outwards. He does have an okay tippy toe. But what I did notice earlier was that his dorsiflexation is appalling, which is going to make it very hard to stand in some poses like leaning forwards, unless you cut some of that tongue away from the shoe perhaps. But it's a decent figure. Nice looking 1/25 scale figure. I move him to one side. and all his bits and bobs. So let's take a look at this this Steel Bone 09 Fighting Mecha. We'll look at his, I'll call it a halberd, I guess, for the time being. Again, it's one of those things that I don't like, because it's basically they've taken existing parts from guns and whatnot, and then added a new part to make it into an axe. I mean, it's a clever use of parts. This is clearly a gun barrel. You look here, there's a handle there. This is a handle. This is a barrel or something else, which could slot onto something else. I mean, it gives you possibilities of mixing and matching parts and making your own stuff, I guess. The blade part is quite nice, but it's not very secure, and it can move left and right. You've got ammo in here as well. But it's big and it is imposing. Give an idea of size of both the mech and the halberd. So the halberd, we can't see. You focus on our little mech first of all. So the actual halberd from top to bottom is 27.5 cm. Not sure if you saw that. If I lean back the camera slightly. So from foot to top of the guns on the mech is 27, about the same, looks like. Yeah, 27.5, 27.5 on both. So nearly 30 centimeters tall. Let's get a closer look at our mech here. Now, I say something I don't like. This Gatling gun looks amazing, but look, there is no resistance in that joint forever. So, a tool, sorry. So it's very hard to pose that. So let's get a look at him. Let's get a bit of focus going on. Indentations in the barrel, which is appreciated, but drilling and going deep would be nicer. The silver colour scheme does work quite well with the gold again, like the figure. Very robotic looking, but you'd expect that. Nice on the back with this sort of engine block, but some sort of dry brushing a bit more on that would have been nice. Well, not really engine block, a power bank perhaps. It does look good. He does look good. Okay, so let's take a look at the articulation. So the gun goes up and down, but there's no resistance. It won't stay there. You can pivot side to side, and it's just a. Oh, it's got up and. Sorry, I didn't realise that. It's got a separate up and down from here as well. I'm not sure why. Oh, it goes that way. Now I know. Oh, I'm so silly. So it does go that way, and it can go up and down. Okay, so not just against him. Mistakes made and lessons learnt. Let me take that off. Okay, has a little whatever launcher this is, which falls off, which can twist side to side, and it should be able to go, I hope, there, up and down, but very stiff. Then we come to the basic mech itself. So the head can turn and it can move, but it will pop out quite easily, just a peg that pulls out. The shoulders, you've got split armour on the shoulders, which is quite nice. Very stiff ratchets all the way. To the side, it gets over flat, which is awesome. There is bicep swivel. The bicep bend is over 90, which is fantastic again. Hands do pop out, so it turns. There is a joint for moving. You can you change that alignment? Yeah, you can change that alignment, like the figure, to change different ways, and the fingers are articulated in the thumb. 2 joints in the thumb, 1, 2. Fingers are 1, 2, 3. But some of them can be loose and some can be stiff, so it can be difficult to make it do certain poses sometimes, or to hold the halberd. But you can make, very quickly trying now, a simple fist. Just a push in. It really needs a longer peg on that joint. Waist side to side is fantastic. Forwards and backwards is not bad and can turn. Hips almost the full splits before the armour gets in the way, and I've got the bit drop off there from the side. I see that. Oh, that's not an easy piece to put in. Got to go in and back out again. JoyToy! Okay, if I lean him over, there we go. Then his pelvis is not in the way. Can I click that in now? Okay, that is now in. Forwards, not bad. Backwards, so far, so it's pretty damn impressive to be fair. There appears to be a thigh twist, but whether it's going to move for me. There, very stiff thigh twist. Your knees, you're going to get a strange bend. You can come forwards and come backwards, but I don't. Oh, it doesn't come any more forwards than that. Thighs or feet, you have outwards. There is no rotation I can see. Feet will pop off again, but you do have a very good tippy toe, and the dorsiflexation is pretty damn good too. Okay, let's take a look in the cockpit, put the figure in and see if we can fit any bigger scale, 1/18 scale figures inside. How does this open? Okay, I think that's, okay, 1, 2, oh yeah, 3. Oh, that's a nice looking cockpit. I don't know if a 1/18 scale will fit. I reckon we'll get maybe a tiny 1/18 scale in there, but I think it's going to be too shallow on the top for the heads to fit in, if I'm honest. But obviously it will fit your 1/25 scale figure. Let's pick him up. I'll stick his helmet on to make him slightly bigger. Let's just pose him, keep his pistol in his holster. Okay, joystick moves, that's good. He is in. Yeah, you're not going to get a 1/18 scale. That's going to be way too low for the heads. And he's even struggling now. So he fits in well, but you're not going to get a 1/18 scale figure in it. Let me see. Do I have any small? Okay, I've got a small 1/18 scale figure near me now. More of a true 3.75. It is our favourite Anakin Skywalker. He's feeling a bit. He might be. He could be a close call. I think his feet are going to be too long, if I'm honest. So if I close that first, that's pushing him up. Yeah, you can't get 1/18 scale in there, unfortunately. I mean, if you could remove that seat section, it would be closer, but then there'd be nothing for him to sit into, which is a shame. And now his chest armor pops off. I just pushed it on. That's not necessarily a bad thing, the armour popping off, because there is lots of scope with these figures to chop and change and mix up what you're doing with them. He is a very nice looking mech. There are lots of options, but obviously this is not one for the kids, with small bits that are falling off easily, and then you've got the small accessories on the figure. There are just too many things that can go wrong. I'll stick it this way that time. No, too many things that can pop off and be lost. But it's a fantastic looking mech with some decent features. A nice looking cockpit, just a shame that it's only for 1/25 scale, and it will not fit your 1/18 scale action figures like some of the other ones they released recently. It's nice. I like it. I may stick it as a raffle prize in the future. Not sure if I'll keep this one in my collection, but it is pretty decent. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toy signing out, saying please like, share and subscribe. Check out my other videos. There's over 1,000 on the channel. I'll be back soon with more reviews and news, etc. for you guys. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.